Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is Rajiv S. Khanna from the law offices of Rajiv S. Khanna, PC, immigration.com. This is our two-weekly community conference call, which we hold every other Thursday at 12:30 p.m. The call is subject to the disclaimers you heard when you logged into the conference. I'll start first by answering the questions that I have marked as frequently asked questions. I'll invite any follow-ups on those frequently asked questions, and then we will answer the other questions that have been posted. After that, if time permits, and I think we will have time, we will deal with any new questions that have not been posted. With that, let's begin with the first frequently asked question. Now, this has come up quite a lot. Can a new employer file an I-485 adjustment of status using an old employer's I-140? So let's say you worked with employer X, got the I-140 approved, then you moved on to employer Y with the transfer of your H-1B. Can employer Y assist you in filing I-485 without undergoing the process of green card through their own company? And the answer is no. And a new employer, if they want to help you file your 485, they have to actually process the entire perm application and the I-140 through their company. They cannot just file 485 based upon an old approved I-140. Now, there are two exceptions to this rule. One exception is, three, I would say. If you have, let me think about this. No, not three, two exceptions. EB-1A and national interest waiver. So when you have a case like a national interest waiver or an EB-1A, it may be possible because there a job offer is not really required. So it should be assessed, and I think it's entirely possible to file a 485. Now let's look at if I'm missing anything. So their questions were totally different. Is it safe to use advance parole, etc.? And the answer is when that application itself is illegal or at least improper, I don't see how you can use any component of that with any degree of comfort. Is it fraud or misrepresentation? I would withdraw that 485. I certainly think that's a bad idea. Even if it is approved, it has no value because it can be revoked at any point of time. And if you had a lawyer representing you, I am shocked. No lawyer should have allowed you to file that application. They should have strongly cautioned you against it. But I think withdrawal is a good idea. I don't think that I-485 can remain in play. Okay. *5 if you have a follow-up question on this. Press *5 on your phone. Okay. I forgot to check if you guys can hear me. Okay, one second.
The conference is now in conversation mode.
Can you all hear me okay, guys? Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Thank you.
The conference is now in presentation mode.
Next frequently asked question is about EB-5 investment green card, where somebody wants to invest in an IT company while on student visa. Can this be done? I don't see why not. An investment is an investment. It doesn't have to be any specific type of business. So they are saying, my sister is on F1 on OPT. I want to file for her EB-5. I will fund her 75% of my money with cash and may get equity loan. She wants to open an IT consulting company in a rural area. Sure. Is an IT consulting company a valid investment? So here is the problem, okay? Not only should there be an investment, that investment should be needed to set up that business. So for example, if it takes only $10,000 to set up an IT company, then the investment of $800,000 is irrelevant, right? So one of the ways you could do that is probably buy the land and build an office. Something like that. We have done that in the past for dentists' practices, where we were investing 1.3 or whatever the amount was in those days. We invested money in the building and the structures. So that would be the problem. It's not that IT consulting company is not an allowed investment. Sure it is. What is the difference between an IT consulting company and a dental practice or a legal practice? It's the same idea. The only thing is, do you need that amount of money to create that company? Now, when does the hiring of the US residents begin? So when you file your first set of forms, the 526, at that time you provide a business plan and you tell the government that once the 526 is approved, within 2 years or soon thereafter, I will be able to create 10 American jobs. Okay? So you have about 4 years to create American jobs. How much time does it take? Right now, you can actually look those times up. 526s were doing about 19 to 19 months, and the removal of the conditional residence was taking almost 17 months. So these are very delayed cases. They are not dealt with in a hurry, except that they have certain expedited petitions where if you file your case in a certain posture, including certain areas they've identified, you might be able to expedite your case. So conditional green card, a couple of years maybe, a little bit more. How about non-conditional, then add another 18, 20 months? Is it a good idea to file now while on OPT EAD or wait till she gets her H-1B? So, this is also complicated because if she gets her H-1B, she's allowed to work only for the H-1B employer. How is she going to also work on her own business, right? That could be a question. But this should be planned in detail with a lawyer. It's not something basically what I can tell you is that at least theoretically this is feasible. Is it okay to use AP-EAD after she gets it while on OPT EAD? Yeah, sure. Can she still apply for an H-1B after I-485 is filed? She can, but remember she has to manage her own company too, right? So how would she do that? Can she do an H-1B for her own company? That can get complicated. It's again theoretically possible, at least at the USCIS level. At the consulate level, it's whole another story. Okay? So if you own your own company and you do an H-1B through that company, sure, USCIS will let you do that, but consulates create a lot of problems. So all of this is theoretically possible. Okay? I don't see why not, Jaswinderji. *5, if you have a follow-up question on this, press *5 on your phone. Okay, this one is, let's see, from New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey, go ahead, please.
Hey, thank you for your thorough responses on these.
Of course.
So one thing I want to get clarified is once you get AP while she's on OPT EAD, let's assume we go with her at this moment and while she's on her F1 visa status, and she can travel and come back on AP and should not have any issues, I believe.
Okay, so once you have an advance parole, you can certainly travel on that. But USCIS has said in many of our gatherings, they've said that, look, unlike H-1B, L1, H-4, L2, O1, P1, all these different visas, which are dual intent visas, we do not consider F1 to be a dual intent visa, obviously. So you can't have an F1 and a 485 pending at the same time. We would say that you have to you are converted to 485 pending, and you can use your advance parole and EAD with the 485. That came with the 485. But really, this issue has never been straightened out. So we know that they don't like it, but they have not really done anything about it. So bottom line is, what I would want to do, if it were my sister, I would say, listen, let's wait until your 485-based EAD comes. Travel on the advance parole, then forget about your OPT EAD. We don't care about that anymore. You've got the 485 EAD. Make sense?
Yes, that's exactly what my question was. So while because soon as she gets on this 485 based EAD, her other status is just going on hibernation mode or it's not.
Absolutely, we don't really care.
So
We don't really care because 485
Right,
pending gives her the
absolutely.
authorization to stay in the United States, right?
Right.
Okay.
So about 18 months you mentioned she
Well,
will get
the
AP
I-526 I-526 is taking, no, wait. Now we can file concurrently if the new regulations have been implemented. I think they have. So when we file concurrently, the 526 itself will take about 19 months unless they expedite the procedures. And during that time, you can expect to get your EAD and advance parole probably within 9-10 months. Some of this is still unclear. Are they going to wait till they process the 526? I don't think they will. That doesn't make any sense. They should give us the EAD and the advance parole beforehand, like they do in I-140 cases. They don't wait for the I-140 to be approved before they give us the EAD advance parole. So that's the timeline you're looking at. 19-20 months just to get the 526 approval, but advance parole should come within 9-10 months along with the EAD. Okay?
Got it. Okay. So I think I just need to figure out that the question with the first one. You mentioned even someone with a $10,000 can start IT.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely right. We need to present.
Yeah.
Need to present if the money used, in fact,
Well,
is used towards the.
I just had an idea, and the idea was this, Jaswinder. For our dentist client, what we did was she bought a piece of land, then she set up her dental office there, and next to the dental office, she set up another office where she sold dental equipment. So when you have an inventory-based business, you have to spend money on that. So you could have some kind of an inventory-based business like hardware and laptops and things like that.
Oh, okay. So in conjunction with IT consulting.
Exactly. Have two businesses.
Can be in hardware.
Have two businesses, three businesses with the same investment. Okay.
Okay. Now, can those businesses be related? Because she has another e-commerce business she's planning.
We can bring that all under.
We can
bring that all under one umbrella. That's not a problem.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
So the timeline to file, we need to buy the land. Before we file I-526, we need to have all that investment ready, or
the government will accept our forms when our investment is at risk. Okay. There are two ways to put the investment at risk. Either actually put the money in or put the money in escrow with the escrow release conditioned only upon approval of the EB-5 application, 526. But the problem is most sellers will not wait for you for 2 years for the approval. So it makes sense to just put the money at risk and buy the land. And the thing is, it's your land. If it doesn't work out, you can always sell the land. I'm not an investment person. I have no idea how that would work, but I can tell you this. Government wants us to put the money at risk. Okay? I gotta go.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, so let's go to, was there something else? No, I think we covered it. Let's go to the next question. Frequently asked question. So this one is question number 8. Parents on tourist visitor status I-94 expires while I-485 is pending. So what happens? So my parents came here. I'm a US citizen. They came on a tourist visa. I applied for their 485, I-130 and 485, basically green card. And that's pending. Their I-94 is expiring on 30th November. What is the process to withdraw the application? Why do you want them to withdraw? I mean, if they are okay staying back, because their I-485 is pending, they don't have to they don't have to leave USA. If you're on the call, please press *5. If you are on the call, please press *5, because I'm not sure you have the right understanding of the process. Okay, you're not here, so there is no need to withdraw the application. But if you want to withdraw, all you have to do is send a letter, or even if they leave without getting an advance parole, the 485 is deemed to be abandoned, but the I-130 can still go on. You will have to call USCIS, open a customer service request, and convert the I-130 to consular processing, so that even though the 485 is abandoned, the I-130 is put to the consular processing queue. Okay. Will this impact their existing visitor visa, or will it still be valid? If they leave before November 30th, their visitor visa should not be affected. Okay. Because you're not here, I can't really discuss anything else about this case. *5, if anybody else has a question about this, press *5 if you have a question. *5 on your phone. Okay, so that's the way it's done. Hopefully you would have enough guidance to kind of decide what to do next. But you certainly don't have to extend their I-94. They can continue to stay here. Okay, it doesn't look like I have any other frequently asked questions. So let me go back up to our regular questions that have been posted. So change of status from H4 to F1 in H4 EAD. Well, there is no H4 EAD premium processing. It's been okayed by Congress that we should have a premium processing process in place, but USCIS has not implemented it yet. So therefore, there is no H4 EAD premium. *5, if you have a follow-up question on this, please press *5. Okay. Moving on to the next question. These were 2 frequently asked. We did that. 3 frequently asked questions. We did that. Kantilal. So changing following to join to a company for a documentarily qualified NVC interview for a derivative beneficiary. Okay. My daughter's immigration is complete at the NVC. Just waiting for interview schedule. Okay. Her son is derivative on the petition following to join. He will turn 21 next year. If we change her son from followed to join to a company, will this delay the scheduling of the interview? You know what? You need to communicate with the consulate. I don't think this should be a problem, but communicate with the consulate and mark that communication aging out, turning 21. Okay. So let's see if the consulate can take care of this for you. And I think they should be able to. So if the case is still at NVC, you can contact NVC. They have a procedure. I think they have an online support system. You can also contact them and say that we want the child to be interviewed as well. So please process them as well for an interview. I think this can be done at the NVC level as well as the consulate level. But make it clear that it's an aging out case. Aging out case. Okay. *5, if you have a follow-up question on this, press *5. All right. Next question is number 7. Changing work specialty from IT to sales. So you are on H1B and you want to go from technology to sales. See, the problem, as you have identified, is that for an H1B, the job must require a degree in a specific subject. So if you have a generic sales job, what degree does it require? You could be a marketing or a sales engineer. Does that job require a degree? Now, that could be a fight with the government. Let me double check. What is their current thinking? Let's see. Sales engineer, current thinking of the government is, let's see how to become one. Sales engineers typically need a bachelor's degree in engineering or a related field, such as business. So that's going to be a tough sell because there's no such thing as a field in engineering. There are so many kinds of engineering. So that's going to be a tough sell for you. Okay. Is it better if I wait until my employer files I-140 then change my field? No, because it's the H-1B that's the problem, not the I-140. Excuse me. Right? So I don't think this is easy. You can try because remember, you are currently on H-1B in technology. You try for a sales engineer or something like that. If it gets denied, your existing technology H-1B is not taken away. That's still there. So you can take an adventure trip on this. Star 5, if you have a follow-up question. Star 5. Okay, this one is, let's see, you have a follow-up question from Ohio. Okay. Ohio, go ahead, please. I can hear you. Ohio.
Hello, sir. My name is Vinay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for responding to my question. As you mentioned, it's going to be a tough sell, and I am looking for to join a generic sales job. Nothing.
Oh, that you can.
Such as
That
sales
can never
engineer.
get you an H-1B. Never get you an H-1B. Very difficult.
Okay. Okay. So it's because it's not specialty.
Because because it doesn't require a bachelor's degree with a specific major. Okay.
Right. True. And I don't have it too.
Yeah.
I don't have a bachelor's in marketing or business. So I know that after H-1B, your employer looks to get your green card. So how far down the line before I get a green card would I be able to make the switch? Is it only after I get one?
Yes.
Or
yes.
That's why I asked the question about the I-140.
After you get your green card.
Oh.
Okay.
After I get my green card, but never before that. Right?
Never before that.
Okay. Thank you so much for answering my question.
Good luck, Vinay. Good luck. Bye-bye.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Then we go on to the next question. This one is a frequently asked question. Harnoor Kapoor. Requesting an expedite request to the USCIS for an emergency. So there's a marriage-based green card, 485, 765, 130, I-131. Last 9 months, never received any biometric. So I sent an inquiry. In response, they've asked me to send evidence to expedite my case. My mom has knee surgery on December 5th. I want to be there. What is the best way to schedule an appointment for an emergency appointment? So basically, this is what I believe the procedure is currently. You have to get onto the USCIS customer service line. You have to tell them, I need an emergency advance parole, because basically that's what you're asking for. And they will say, okay, we need to know what your emergency is, and you'll get a call from an officer within 24 hours, something like that. And then the officer talks to you, and they may ask you to submit the documentation about the emergency. And if they accept that, they should have the advance parole to you within a couple of weeks. That's how it's working right now. So do it right now. Okay? Start it right now. Star 5, if you have a follow-up question. Star 5. All right. This is, okay, 937 area code is Ohio. Okay. Ohio, go ahead, please. I can hear you.
Hello, sir. Thank you for answering my question. This is Harnoor.
Yes, sir.
So I did get my biometric a month after I received my notice for all 765, I-30, I-31, and I-485. So it's been over 9 months since I heard back anything from them regarding my travel. So I was confused if I should, at this point where I don't have that many weeks left, I was confused if I should go straight for an emergency or should I be still expediting?
I would go for the expedite. Or actually, you know what? These are different names for the same idea. I don't think there is a major difference in this. The only thing is, if you do an emergency
Okay.
appointment, they will usually refer you to the local office. But I believe during the COVID times, they are doing no emergency appointments. They are doing everything on the phone. That's my belief.
Okay.
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 So when
the
you
best way is to call their
customer
Yeah,
service,
sorry, go ahead.
let them know that I need my advance parole right now. Let them tell you what options you have, and I think you have only one option, which is they'll say, okay, we'll take your details. We'll have an officer call you in in 24 hours.
Okay. And I have also heard that sometimes they give you only 30 days worth of travel. And if I have to be there by the 5th, do you recommend me starting to call them now, get an appointment
Call them
or
now.
should I wait for
Call
a little
them
more?
now. Call them now. I
Call them
don't
now.
think they give 30 days. At least not in our experience. Our clients have gotten 1 year or two.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. And I should not be mentioning emergency. I should just be asking
Just
for my
say that I
saying,
need to be in India for my parents' surgery, and I need a advance parole as quickly as possible.
advance parole. Okay.
Yeah. Let them tell
Yes,
you
I
what
think
your
that
option. Let them tell you what your options are.
what my options are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they have
Okay.
only
Sounds
expedite.
good. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. I think they only have expedite. They don't do emergency anymore. At least in my experience, that's what
They
they
don't.
had our clients do. Okay.
And should I do a follow-up with the senator's office or should I just call them directly?
No, just call them directly.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
You're welcome. Next question is question number 10. Establishing STEM OPT extension eligibility. So last call, they had some questions about STEM OPT for a second degree. So the question is, if I do a second master's degree, I'm in the first year of my 2-year STEM OPT, can I do another set of OPT plus 2 years STEM OPT if I complete a master's degree? And the answer is yes, and the master's degree has to be in, as far as I know, master's degree has to be in STEM discipline. Otherwise, you can't get a STEM extension, as far as I know. Okay? Yeah, I don't think you can do a non-STEM master's and get 2 years STEM OPT extension. Not to the best of my knowledge. *5, if you have a follow-up question, press *5. Okay, so the next question, number 11, is EB-2 and EB-3 I-485 pending applications and travel. Both EB-2 and EB-3 I-485 pending applications. Both have received AP-EAD combo card and only EAD based on EB-2. USCIS have denied both of our I-131 travel applications for EB-2 that you already have a travel document. So I think there is no problem in traveling. I don't see any problem with it. You can double check. What you can do is you can contact the USCIS customer service, and if you have a lawyer, it's even better that they contact, and you can ask them. I'm not sure why they have moved your case to NBC. You can check with your lawyers. I don't know if they are going to process you for a local interview or what is going on. You have to check with your lawyers what exactly is going on in your case. I don't know if the dates will become current again in the next 6 months. But what the government said in the beginning of this fiscal year was that this year is going to be faster than the previous years, but not as fast as the last 2 years. So whatever that means, okay? *5, if you have a follow-up question, press *5. So next is Kajal Kaur. Want to file as a religious worker. So for religious worker, and I'm assuming you are a Sikh, so if you are providing religious education, that does need some amount of training. And I think we can call it a religious occupation, because what are the requirements? One requirement is that you must have been a member of this denomination for at least 2 years, which you are. I saw your name, Kajal Kaur, so obviously you are Sikh by religion, and if you are teaching Guru Granth Sahib, that's not something. That's not a non-religious occupation. It's not something you can just pick up and start teaching people. You have to understand what the Bani says. So I think you could qualify. Okay. *5, if you have a follow-up question, press *5. And then next one is transferring approved H-1B without stamping. So this question we have dealt with many times. It's in our frequently asked questions. If you ask the USCIS, they'll say, well, until you get the H-1B visa stamping done or change of status, we don't think your formalities are complete and you are still subject to the quota. So we won't let you transfer to another employer. But we've done plenty of cases, we've done plenty of transfers. So talk to your lawyers. I think it's possible. *5, if you have a follow-up question on this, press *5. Okay. Interfiling EB-3 to EB-2 after using Advance Parole. I have an Advance Parole based on my EB-3 and planning to use it. I started new perm EB-2. If I use AP, am I married to EB-3? No. You should be able to still convert it to, or you can still interfile. Use of Advance Parole does not bar you from interfiling. Okay, that's what the government has said in their frequently asked questions. Oh, I think we are done with the questions. Any follow-up questions on these guys? Okay, so let me just lock the call, and any new questions, press *5.
The conference is now locked.
So I have 2 new questions. Anybody else has new questions, please go ahead and raise your hand. Press *5, 3 new questions. Okay. All right, this is easy. Let's go with Ontario, Canada first. So what is that area code? 289. Let's go with 289 first. Select 289. Canada, I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead. Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, I have one question actually. So I'm a Canadian citizen. I have a job offer from major healthcare IT firm in United States. But actually what they are saying is because it is healthcare under HIPAA, I need to present in US even to accept the offer letter also.
Now there's no, hang on. For somebody to be employed in healthcare, there is no requirement that you have to be a US citizen under immigration law. Now I don't know what their other requirements are, but under immigration law, there is no such requirement. Okay?
Yeah, okay. I think that is the company policy. They don't offer to the outside country. So what they're asking me to come there and for visiting and give the local address so that they give the offer letter so that then I can go to border and apply TN visa. Is this a
Okay.
is it doing
I
a
think
problem? Because
I think you have either emailed me or talked to me or sent me something on LinkedIn, haven't you?
I emailed you.
Yeah, because I remember answering this question, and the answer is that's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm surprised that a company that has any kind of competent legal help would lay down conditions like this. At least I don't understand it. So I have no idea what they are saying, and I don't think, I don't think this should be required.
Yeah.
So I would not do any
But is
hanky-panky.
it legal to go there and accept passport?
I am very uncomfortable with
Go
this.
for a job there?
Very uncomfortable with this. What you should do is, if you are going to do this, you can let the people at the port, when you enter, if you fly or you drive, let the Customs and Border Protection know that I'm going to get a job offer, then I'm going to come back and do my TN. If they let you enter, then I think you are perfectly fine. But don't come saying I'm just coming for a visit. Okay?
Okay.
That's
Okay. Thank you.
good luck to you. Okay, so I hear the strangest stories. I don't know why a company would do that. Makes no sense. Okay, let's go to Illinois. Okay. Yeah, Illinois, go ahead. I can hear you.
Hi, Rajiv. Hope you're doing good.
Yes, sir.
So this is actually a question I already raised. The last one you answered.
Right.
I know the subject title says interfiling. I think that's where the confusion started. I think I'm sorry whether I did it or somebody did it. But bottom line is I am not doing interfiling because I have a perm labor which is based on EB-3. So it's not like I have an EB-2 or EB-3, right? So I'm an EB-3 candidate. I have an AP.
Okay, hang on.
But
Shri.
now I'm starting my EB-2.
Hey, Shri, 1 second. So basically, what you want to do sometime in the future is take this EB-3 and when your EB-2 I-140 is approved, attach the 485 to that EB-2, correct?
Right.
That's interfiling.
I'm only curious about
That's called interfiling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. So when you change your 485,
My only question is.
yeah, when you take your 485 and change it from EB-3 to EB-2 or EB-2 to EB-3, that's called interfiling.
Makes sense. Absolutely. When I get my EB-2 approval,
right? So
EB-2
I don't believe,
done, and then I get my 140.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't think it's a problem. Actually, this frequently asked question has been reported on my blog also. If you go to my blog on immigration.com, I'm actually going to that myself. I'm trying to remember where it is. So I go to immigration.com
sure.
and I go to, I was in the edit mode on the website. Give me 1 second. Where is my blog on this? Here it is. So I go into my blogs. It's on the top gray ribbon. Actually, I was in a, yeah. So which entry is it? Biden announced adjustment of status. Yeah. No, it's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh entry in blog, which talks about adjustment of status, transferring basis of I-485. So just do a Control F on the page for 1 second. Control F ADVAN. Yeah. So if you just do a search for advanced,
Okay.
The USCIS, I've noted it. The USCIS, in a conversation with American Immigration Law Association, commented that the use of advance parole should not have any effect on interfiling. Okay, it's in my blog.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, but bottom line, I just want to again repeat this. I don't have the EB-2 at all. Okay, so I'm starting a new perm.
Yeah, still the same answer.
Eventually, I'll get the EB-2.
It doesn't matter. So it's still interfiling,
right? Irrespective. Okay, so it's not going to jeopardize my EB-2 process.
No, I don't see why.
Okay.
So let me just take another look. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me just take one more look. I have an AP based upon my EB-3. I'm going to travel. My wife are on H1s, kids used GCEAD. That's okay. They can still come back on H4. They have H4 visa stamping?
Correct.
And you have H1 visa stamping?
Yes.
So then you can come on H1, H4. You don't have to use your advance parole.
No, not stamping. We're going to use the AP. We're going to
Okay,
use the AP.
that should be fine.
We already have.
That should be fine. Then I started new perm process for EB2. If we use AP, are we in any way married to EB3? No, not at all. So if you once you get your EB2 approved, your I-140 under EB2 approved, you have two choices. You can file a new I-485. Okay. Now there is a doubt there because the government could say, well, you are not really in H-1B status. You are in authorized period of stay because you are on advance parole. So in order for you to file the 485, you have to go outside, come back on H-1B visa. Okay. So that's one theoretical. Hang on. That's one theoretical possibility. Okay. But this is where things get murky. Technically, the government says we consider you to be in H-1B if you travel outside, come back and resume the job you left on, even though you used advance parole.
Right.
So that's one argument. But even easier, there is nothing stopping you, once the I-140 of EB2 is approved, to take your EB3 485 and attach it to the EB2 485. That's called interfiling. So you can definitely interfile. I don't see why not.
Eventually.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Perfect.
Okay.
So that's exactly what I wanted to hear, and more than clarification.
Yeah. And
what does you think?
what I would do is, if I were you, I would look at the government's frequently asked questions. I think they have now put it in writing. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Good.
I'll look at your blog and then also do some research. Okay.
Good luck,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right. The last question we have is from Florida. Florida, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Rajiv sir. Sat Shri Akal ji.
Sat Shri Akal ji. Go ahead.
Sir, can I take a minute to explain then I can ask you a question?
Yeah, please. Go ahead.
My case is initially it was a downgrade from EB2 to EB3 back in 2020. And at that time, my lawyer filed an amendment, not with I-140 under EB2.
Yeah. So they did not file a new I-140. They filed an amendment.
So what it does is they filed 485, they filed 485J, everything in November 2020. And when they filed it, I got EAD and parole also back in 2022, initially in January. And July, when June, July, the date gets current under EB2 this year. Now, and EB3 retrogressed at that time. So I spoken to my lawyer that if I can interfile under EB2 now, going back to that, upgrade it. So they said you cannot do it because you filed amendment. So it's okay. So I said, what is another way out? So they said that you have to file under I-140 under EB2, which I filed it again under premium, and it get processed, and it get approved in August. And they filed my transfer from I-140 EB3 to EB2 I-485 transfer cases, and another I-485. But what happens here? The question is now, when they filed my I-145, 485J and other transfer cases from EB3 to EB2 in the back in August after 140 approved under EB2, that time the date was current under EB2. Now the dates has been retrogressed in October, November, right? So in August they told me that they filed 485J receipt, but I did not receive any receipt yet. So what I did is 2-3 days ago, I called USCIS and raised an inquiry and asked them that my lawyer had filed the 485J receipt, but I did not receive it yet. So where are we? And when I checked 485 status, it says that the case is lying in the field office, Memphis. So it is transferred from MDC to Memphis. But since the dates are not current, the recent inquiry base, I got the email from USCIS saying that your case is in field office, Memphis. And based on your inquiry, we will give you the decision in 90 days from the date of this inquiry receipt. So I was little worried that what decision it should come out because the dates are not current. It will be under EB-3 or under EB-2. The receipts, we did not get the transfer receipts yet, so I don't know where we are.
Okay. So I think I am confused with all the facts of your case. You should talk to your lawyers, have them follow it up. I don't know exactly what's going on. From what I understood, you have an EB-3 based case, which was amended from EB-2, correct? From EB-2 to EB-3 you amended and you filed 485. Now that 485 is pending. Then you converted back to EB-2 by filing a new I-140, right? This time you did not amend again, did you?
Right.
Did you amend again or did you file a new
So
I-140?
both of them are new.
New, okay.
So I have now both the EB-2 and EB-140 approved.
Right. And then did you file the 485 again under EB-2?
Yeah, that's what my lawyer said. They have filed the transfer case from EB-3 to EB-2. That's what they said.
Transfer case. No, that's not what I'm asking. Did they file a new 485 with the EB-2 or did they move the EB-3 485 to EB-2?
I think the second one, what you're saying, the moved actually.
Okay, so that's called interfiling. So they interfiled it back. Now the question is they can only do it if the priority dates are current. What are the priority dates current?
Not now, no.
No, when they did the interfiling at that time.
That time when they, at that time it was.
Okay, so when they filed it was current. Now, have you changed your jobs to a new employer?
No.
Okay, so they basically just did the supplement J to request the transfer of the 485, right? Interfiling.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, I think it should be okay. It doesn't look to me like there's a problem so far. If everything was done the way you described it, that sounds like standard procedure.
Yeah.
No issue here. Okay.
So, yeah, but just wanted to check, like, I haven't received that. Am I expecting a new 485J receipt when they did the interfile?
They should. That's what they said, that they will issue a receipt when they receive a 485J. And if you ever wanted to change employers, you have to begin 180 days from the date of that receipt.
Okay.
So there should be a receipt, yes.
And okay. But I haven't received any receipt for 485J as of now, when the date was current and filed back in August this year.
You should follow it through. That's all you can do. Okay.
So for that case, which I did not receive the receipt for 485J for August, which I filed.
Yeah, that's
the inquiry and that they will follow.
Yeah. So that's the one you want to follow up because that's the most recent thing you've done. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, that's what they replied in email saying that they will get back to me in 90 days.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, that's their standard, but yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to follow up on the supplement J receipt. Okay.
Okay.
Good luck.
One last question.
When I
go and see.
Yeah. Look, I'll give you another couple of seconds. Make it really quick.
Sorry about that. When I go and see processing time from USCIS website for the field office for 485 application, it shows me that it takes 18 and a half months to process it generally.
Yep.
And that's how it, but it's more than 20 months, 21 months actually when I filed back in 2020.
Yep.
Is it the same number, date they will treat, or they will treat it as a new submission of that interfiling date which I did in August?
I don't know the answer to that question. I think that they take it from the date the local office receives the case. That's what I believe, but I don't know for sure. You have to check with the USCIS. Okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, folks. I guess we have no other questions. Everyone, it's great to talk to you. Be well. Take care. See you in 2 weeks.